What makes you a real estate investor is not even probably buying your first deal. It's doing it again and again, then someday you become a real estate investor. And what it makes of you is what you're after, right?
We're building a community where we want to educate people on how to do real estate. We want to connect people that are already doing real estate. We've invited a lot of the people we do business with. So we're going to teach you guys how to do a lot of stuff, but really, if you're going to learn how to do this, you got to just go and do it. He's been taking me around looking at real estate my whole life, and I've learned everything that I know from him, from watching him. So I'm kind of his first testimonial of, hey, this guy's got some knowledge, and he's pretty good at what he does, and all of that is from growing up watching him do it, learning the lessons that he's sharing here, and I learned a lot. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
so,
you learn by doing it.
I learned by doing.
We were not shy about employing all of your friends. Like,
nope.
We saw it as good, cheap labor.
Let me tell you, I was severely underpaid, and I did not know it.
Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Robbie Crager, the Flip Flop Flipper, and today I'm here with my son, McKenna Crager, and we're going to get into his real estate journey, his entrepreneurial spirit, and we're building an exciting community over on school. So, McKenna, say hi to the group here.
Hey guys, thanks for having me, Dad. I'm pretty excited to be here. I like to say that I'm 27 years old, and I have 20 years of real estate experience. He's been taking me around looking at real estate my whole life, and I've learned everything that I know from him, from watching him. So I'm kind of his first testimonial of, hey, this guy's got some knowledge, and he's pretty good at what he does. And it's led me to, I currently own 15 rentals. I've got 4 flips going on right now. We're purchasing another deal together next week. And all of that is from growing up watching him do it, learning the lessons that he's sharing here. And so I'm excited to be here and talk to everybody and tell you what I'm doing and tell you about my journey, how I got started in real estate, my little time in the circus, and what we're doing now.
Yeah, and I threw you to the wolves. So
Yep.
My preferred way to teach people before YouTube was to actually just see who would do what. And the person who would do the most was the one that I would rely on and then that I would sort of back. And that was what I did with you and your friends. I was just like,
yeah,
let's see who's going to do some stuff. And you and your friend Drew kind of really rose to the top. You were the cream of the crop. We were not shy about employing all of your friends. Like,
nope.
We saw it as good, cheap labor.
Let me tell you, I was severely underpaid, and I did not know it.
Yeah, but it was probably pretty good money in high school.
Yeah.
Plus, I was paying for everything as well.
So no, my expenses were very low. That is for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And Drew, we started the clean outs. You guys
Yep.
would do that, and then Drew went into business that way.
Yeah.
He didn't go to school. He continued being a businessman.
Yep.
But all of that started, junior high, high school?
Yeah, I was probably 15, 16. When I just got my driver's license, I suddenly became a property manager for 30 rentals. My phone number was given all over town, and he said, hey, if you got a problem or you need to pay your rent, call this guy. And that guy was me.
Yeah.
So I'd get calls in the middle of the night. Hey, my toilet exploded. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, hey, I got to go find a plumber. I got to figure out this problem. When people weren't paying their rent, he'd send me to go post the 3-day notice to the door, and I'm taking a picture, and they're coming out. What the heck is this? What are you doing? Why are you posting this on my door?
You're trespassing on my property. You didn't win in my yard.
Wait.
All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
Oh my God, you didn't pay your rent. I'm sorry. So I learned a lot doing that with him. And
we did throw you guys to the wolves because our houses were all not in great areas. These weren't the places where we wanted to necessarily live, but this was how we were making our living. And I, being a good landlord, didn't want to be the face of it.
Yep.
So I let you be the face of it.
Well, and I learned a lot. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
So
you learn by doing it.
I learned by doing.
Trial by fire.
And we're making a new community, and we're going to teach you guys how to do a lot of stuff. But really, if you're going to learn how to do this, you got to just go and do it. There's no way around that. You can watch us and listen to us talk and hear our crazy stories. But if you're not out there making offers, looking at real estate every day, you're simply not going to do it. And that's just the bottom of
I
what
say
it
it
is.
like this. I mean, you can look at, and we encourage you guys, look at all the real estate that you can. But that doesn't make you a real estate investor. Make a bunch of offers on things, and that's great, but that doesn't make you a real estate investor. What makes you a real estate investor is not even probably buying your first deal. It's doing it again and again, then someday you become a real estate investor. And what it makes of you is what you're after, right? So the idea is that we want to encourage people to be entrepreneurial. We're passionate about getting people out of the rat race and believe that the real estate investing has provided a great life, and it can for you as well. So that's why we do this YouTube stuff, and that's why we invite people over to the school platform, is because everything that we do is geared towards how do we make real estate easy, and how do we get you guys to come alongside of us and invest with us and do deals together. I mean, that's what we see as success. We say all the time on this YouTube channel, we expand our business through partnerships, and I've been doing that for a long time, but it's really kind of catapulted once I came to the island of Puerto Rico. So
every deal you do here is a
every
partnership.
deal I do here is a partnership in many forms, right? And so this new platform on school is going to allow us to do more partnerships, and not even just in Puerto Rico or Florida, but I fully expect that we'll be able to expand our reach and do more, because there will be people who are telling us about great deals and giving us opportunities to come alongside of them.
Yeah.
And so inside of the community over there, guys, we've got heavy hitters and we've got newbies, and there's something in between for everybody. So there's people that you can network with to get money. There's people that you could buy houses from. There's people you could sell houses to. There's partnerships that will be formed over there. So,
and links in the description. So if you want to join for free, click that link.
yeah, the link's in the description. And also give the video a like and all that stuff.
Smash
Leave
the
us
subscribe
comments,
button.
Smash it. So here, you started doing real estate really the first time that we did something together. You were in college. I think you were a freshman or a sophomore in college. And tell the story, because we bought a house, but...
Yeah. So I was up in college. I went to Florida State University. Go Noles. If you're a Seminole, love to connect with you. I was up there. My rent was $200. I was spending $200 or $300 a month on rent. I had a full ride from the Bright Future scholarships, and I was making money going to school. But man, I was like sitting there making a couple $100s a month. And I'm like, oh, you know what I watched my dad do my whole life was go to the foreclosure sale and make money. So I was like, I know how to do this. I built a list of all of the properties going to the auction that month. I think it was, it doesn't matter what month it was. I think it was like September. But I went and looked at every property that was going to the auction. I had all my values. I had my max bid amount. And I called him up. I'm like, hey, Dad, I want to go to the auction this month. Here's all the properties that are going. Here's what I think we can bid. Do you want to bid with me?
Yeah.
He
I
said,
think we bid on three or four, right?
Yep.
And we won one.
And we won one. We got it for $55,000. It's my first house. It was, well, should I give out the address? I don't know.
If you know it.
It's 555 Barnew Road in Tallahassee, Florida. It's a nice, it was red at the time. I think they painted it. But
It looked like a barn.
It looked like a barn. It was bright red. So that was my first ever house. And we bought it for $55,000. We put $10,000 into it. And I want to say we sold it for $85,000 in about 2 months. So it needed, not a ton of work. And we pretty much had on the market immediately. I listed it myself. And man, the biggest lesson I learned in that whole process is that I did not know how to negotiate. I got steamrolled by this buyer. I remember him, it's like, he came to the table at 95, and then he was walking the house with me, and he's just like pushing me down and down and down on the price. And I remember going to the closing table. He needed a week extension, and he had, just run all over me on this price. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be an extra $1,000. And it's going to be an extra $1,000. And he's like, oh, yeah, totally. And then we go to sign the paper. He's like, well, maybe we could do this for $500, McKenna. And I'm like, no, I'm fed up with this. We're sticking to $1,000 or we're canceling the contract. He's like, whoa. No need for that. I'm closing. He knew he was getting a good deal already, and he just thought he could push me. But that was a valuable lesson. So even if I didn't get my maximum sale price on that one, I learned that I knew
it's nice to be pushed around and still making good money. And it was a super quick deal. I remember doing the deal because I remember you saying, oh, I'm going to do 2 or 3 of these a month.
Yep.
And I was like, great, let's do 2 or 3 a month, because we would have done 2 or 3 a month if you had stuck to it.
Yep.
You never bought another one.
I never bought another house in college. I actually went and joined the FSU Flying High Circus. If you're not familiar with it, give it a Google. FSU has a full big tent circus, 3 rings. It's 130 cast members, fully student run. And it is it's a sweet production. And it's the thing that kept me in school. He would call me. He called me senior year, and he's in Puerto Rico.
I think you were one semester away from
Yeah.
graduation, and I said, "Hey, son, look at this." And I had it on the FaceTime or
Yep.
something like that, and I showed you the view. We were at the golf course in Dorado.
Yep.
And I was like, "Listen, quit school, drop out now, and get a head start on the real estate that you're about to do."
And I'm like, Dad, I can't drop out of school. I'm in the circus. So I was not valuing my education there, but I learned how to juggle. And, I did learn in college how to network. And that is probably the most important thing I learned. I've got 2 degrees, one in finance, one in economics, and a religion minor. But I don't think I really use them at all in real estate. I'll tell you that. But
That's
do
pretty
use.
common, though, right? Like people
Yeah.
go and they spend a lot of money and get a 4-year degree, and then they come out of school and, like me, I have a 4-year degree. I don't remember it ever making me $1.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever got me one job.
I took an Excel class that I still use today. Maybe I use that one.
Yeah.
But you could get that for free on YouTube.
Math was valuable.
Yep.
Like learning like basic math up to like algebra 2, super valuable.
And now you use a calculator
And
for
the calculator
everything.
does everything. And I'm not trying to diss on school, guys.
Yeah.
You've heard me talk about broken systems on this channel enough. But I do believe that the trades get paid and that there are other ways, and that doesn't need to be one size fits all. And so this idea that everybody has to go to school just isn't the case. Now, you did go to school, but
And I had a great time. And I would say go to FSU, join the circus. It's a really good time. And I did learn valuable lessons, but probably not the ones they meant to teach me.
I really did tell him to drop out of school because I
Best dad of the year.
not that I didn't think that it was an important thing, but he could get his degree anytime.
Yeah.
And you could only be in Puerto Rico buying real estate at the prices and the level that we were doing it.
Yep.
Really back then. It's still pretty good, but it's not as good as it was back then. That was like 2019.
Yeah. So then I graduated and moved down to Puerto Rico, and I was working down here. My job was looking at deals, negotiating contracts, doing some fundraising. I found a few properties for you. The one I'm most proud of is the Playa Corsica recreational area, which you guys have seen here on the channel. He had the property next door, and I went over to try and negotiate some parking, and we ended up buying the whole trailer park. That's where we have the shipping containers and the beautiful hotel with all the ladies with the hats and the sunglasses. I'm sure they're on the channel. And then I ended up leaving Puerto Rico when COVID happened. The island shut down. I wasn't allowed to leave my apartment. I used to go to this bar that was a speakeasy, and they had the blacked out windows. And I mean, it was like I was living in the 20s hiding from the Gestapo. Is that what it's called?
Geez.
Gestapo?
In the 20s, it wasn't called that, but whoever. Hiding from the man.
Hiding from the man. And I was like, this is crazy. And I flew up to Orlando. The first day I'm back, I went out to a bar. It's packed full of people. No one's wearing a mask. And I'm like, I got to move out of Puerto Rico. Like, I can't do my job. And I'm just locked in the room all day. So I flew back to Orlando, and that's when I started my real estate career. I did take a little journey into the stock market. I made some money on GameStop.
Yeah, you crushed it on GameStop.
Yep. GameStop and AMC, and I did well on there, and that kind of catapulted me into real estate in Florida. I made a partnership with my buddy Tate, and we've got 15 rentals and 4 flips going on right now, and those flips, I think we're going to be done with all 4 of them this year, and we're just going to keep all of those rentals and keep cash flowing those. Yeah. Me and you are buying a house next week.
We're buying a house next week. We've got a flip going right now. We've got
Yep.
2 rental properties that we own together.
Yeah.
I think the next one we're buying is going to be a pretty cool one. I just did a short about it. So we're going to buy a house, fix it up and sell it, and split off a lot, and then maybe build a house. So
Yes.
getting into a new thing that we can both learn together, how to build a house ground up.
Well, and that one was a great deal because I think that maybe I was the only one that realized you could split that lot off, where they sent the deal out, and I'm like, the numbers are whatever on this. Like, that's not bad. And then I was looking on Google Maps. I'm like, that's a
big lot.
It's a really big lot. And so I called up the county up in Ocala. I'm like, hey, what are the rules here on the lot split? And they're like, well, it's actually already predefined in the plat. Like, it takes 1 day to split this. So I'm like, oh, so I can buy this house, renovate it, sell the house, and keep the lot, and it's worth $30,000 just as a kicker. So that was pretty sweet that we got that under contract, and it's going to go pretty quick, I think, where we're going to have a lot in 1 day, and the renovation's going to take a month.
And it's a really good price point, too. So it's at a price point that if we want to keep it as a rental, it'll cash flow.
Yep.
If we wanted to do that, split off the lot and sell it, that would be fine. Or do that, split off the lot and build something else, and then have kind of 2 houses. we've got a lot of options there.
Yeah.
And real estate's about having options, so that's pretty nice. I think we're going to do it as a flip: buy it, fix it, sell it, build it, fix it, or build it and then sell
Build it, fix it, sell it,
But-
rent it.
But we do have options, and it's always nice. Real estate in Florida has gotten super expensive.
Yeah.
So to find something where we can buy it under $150,000, and we're pretty sure it's worth close to $250,000. Everything's worth close to $250,000.
Yeah.
It is a small house. It's only a 2-bedroom, 2-bath
I've got
house.
a crack house and a popka. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, wood frame shack, and it's worth $250,000. It's
Yeah.
and it's the middle of
everything is
nowhere.
worth at least $250,000.
Yeah. So it's a good time to have. If you already own the houses, it's pretty nice. But let's talk about our school community that we're building. And I know you guys have heard about it a little bit already, but we're building a community where we want to educate people on how to do real estate. We want to connect people that are already doing real estate. We've invited a lot of the people we do business with. So our lenders are in there. Our wholesalers are in there already. Me, my dad, Adon, we're all in there. And we're connecting with people that are just getting started, people that are already doing deals. We've got people posting deals. It's a pretty cool place to be. And I guess the exciting part is we're able to communicate better with you guys. And
Yeah.
it's just a little bit more personalized, wouldn't you say?
I would say, yeah. So we're getting a lot of people from YouTube are coming over and joining the community. And we did, like McKenna said, we've invited a bunch of people that we did have a relationship already that we do business with. So we've got some heavy hitters in there. Like we've got a wholesaler who is probably the biggest wholesaler in the state of Georgia.
Yep.
We've got lenders in there. We've got mortgage brokers and a whole bunch of realtors.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of people who are already real estate investors and a lot of people that want to come and learn how to be a real estate investor. And if you follow our channel, you know that we are always inviting people to partner with us. That's how we expand our business. And so this school community will be no different. Like success to us looks like a whole bunch of real estate stuff getting done,
Yep.
whether that's a partnership directly with McKenna and Adon and I, or just helping people to form partnerships inside of the community.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to be really cool about it. And one thing that it does for us, right, is so if you're watching us and you're in Nebraska, and you've got the deal of a lifetime and you're in our community, now we're opened up to being able to possibly do a deal in Nebraska, which I would never do, except that I'm in a community with people who are possibly doing deals there, right? And so it allows us to have a bigger reach and to do more real estate. And that's what we like to do. That's where our heart's at. So we want to help people become real estate investors. We want to make it easy for you. And if you're watching YouTube and you're watching real estate content, you're probably trying to figure out how you can get yourself out of the rat race, become an entrepreneur if you're not already, and get to something like passive income or build some wealth. I mean, whatever it is that you want to do, that's what we're wanting to talk to you about over there on that school platform.
Yeah. And going back a step too about the Nebraska deals, he's always saying money's not the issue. If you have a good deal, you're going to find people that are going to want to do it with you. And we want to do it with you. We want to partner with you. There's other people in the community that want to partner with you. And, I'm sure you could go find money in Nebraska, but you can also find it there, and it can be us.
And not just Nebraska. We do deals in Iowa, too.
Iowa, Kansas.
Kansas, maybe? Yeah.
How many states can you name? We'll do them all.
I'm going to hit my limit pretty soon.
Hey, guys, comment every state that you can think of, and we'll go there. The link is in the description for the school, and we hope to see you in there. And thanks for watching, guys. We got to go to bed. We've been filming all day, and
yeah, this has been the longest film session in this studio that we've ever done.
Yeah,
we filmed a lot of great content, and this was a lot of fun doing this. McKenna, thanks for
having
sitting
me
down and talking to me. So I like to do this with other entrepreneurs, and when I get to have you or your sister in, and then
it's pretty fun.
That's a bonus, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really good, and hopefully one day you'll show my grandkids or my great grandkids, if I'm not around for that, hey, here's who that guy was.
Well, that's true. It'll all be on YouTube. That's weird to think about.
Yeah,
but I'm getting married in August, and Hannah, if you made it this far in the video, I'm ready to have a baby. She's not.
Oh, Hannah, if you've made it this far in the video, I'm ready for you guys to have a baby too.
Yep.
So Linda and I would really like to be grandparents. We're practicing with Adon's cute baby, and we're getting pretty good at it. She's about to be 1, and she's amazing.
Well, guys, like, subscribe. If you made it this far and your name's Hannah, or if it's not Hannah, please like, please subscribe. Please join us on school.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
All right, guys. God bless.